Welcome to Buckeye Bloomstead, where gardening meets sustainability, and nature always gets the final say. Tired of pulling weeds until your back aches? You're not alone. But before you reach for chemical weed killers, hang tight. Today, we're diving into safe, effective, and natural ways to control weeds in your garden, with simple DIY recipes and clever tricks you can start using today. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a chance to grow with us here in the Heartland. Let's start with mulch. Nature's weed shield. One of the simplest and most effective weed prevention methods? Mulch. A thick 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch acts like a natural blanket. It blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds and keeps moisture in your soil where it belongs. If you are purchasing mulch from your local big box store or garden center, we recommend using a natural mulch. Nothing that contains any artificial dyes. Here are some other things you can use for mulch: shredded hardwood or bark, pine needles, grass clippings. Be sure it is weed and seed-free only. Straw. Now you might ask, what about hay? Well, hay can introduce weed seeds to your garden, and that's a common concern for gardeners. Here's why. Hay is typically made from grasses that are harvested while still green and may contain seeds from weeds or the grasses themselves. When used as mulch or compost, these seeds can germinate and cause unwanted growth in your garden beds. If you still want to use hay, choose weed-free or certified organic hay if available. Consider using straw instead, which is the dried stalks left after grain harvests and generally contains fewer seeds. Now back to the use of straw. Straw is generally a much better choice than hay when it comes to mulching your garden. While straw can occasionally contain a few seeds, it's far less likely to introduce weeds compared to hay. Here's why straw is preferred. It may be generally less expensive for starters. Straw has a low seed content. Straw is the leftover stalks after grains like wheat, barley, or oats are harvested. Most of the seeds are already removed. Straw breaks down slowly. It provides long-lasting mulch that still enriches the soil over time. Straw in general has a less risk of weed introduction. Any remaining seeds are usually minimal and easier to manage. When using straw, there is something we want you to keep in mind. Wind can blow straw out of your garden beds, especially if it's loosely applied, freshly spread, or if you're in a windy area. To keep straw mulch in place, try these tips. Water it down after spreading. A light misting will help it settle and mat together. Apply it thick enough. A 2 to 3 inch layer gives it more weight and structure. Tuck it in between plants. Weaving straw gently around stems helps anchor it. Top with a light layer of compost or heavier mulch. This weighs it down without interfering with its benefits. Use garden netting or landscape pins in extremely windy zones to hold it in place temporarily. Pro tip: to be extra safe, look for clean straw or straw labeled weed-free from trusted sources, and avoid using straw that smells musty or has visible seed heads. Now here is a question. Have you ever thought about using fallen leaves? Even chopped leaves make a great mulch while providing extra nutrients as the leaves break down, and it is a great way to get rid of all those leaves you may have each fall. In the fall, that is exactly what we do. We rake up all of our fallen leaves and place them in our raised beds, then place leaves around all of our trees, potted plants, and other plants around our property to help keep those weeds away. A nice thick layer will do nicely. You can also use a blower to navigate the leaves where you want them to go for in-ground gardens and plants. We leave our leaves all year round to control weeds in our garden, especially in our raised beds. Each spring, we just move them aside, plant our seeds, and once they sprout and develop a few leaves so they are tall enough to be above the leaf mulch, we will place the mulch around those new plants. Any new slips we plant, we will surround them with leaf mulch as well. Leaf mulch, as well as any type of mulch, helps keep the soil damp and cool and prevents rain from splashing dirt up onto our plants. And during the colder months, it also offers some protection for your plants and trees. And best of all, as leaves and mulch breaks down, it nourishes your soil and encourages beneficial microbes. Just remember to top it off a couple of times a year if you can. Will help to keep that layer going strong. Generally, we just add to it come fall when it comes time to rake them up. Now, folks, I've got to share something remarkable and honestly, a little hilarious. One spring morning, I was out tidying up a mulched walkway I'd created with garden beds planned on each side. Everything was calm until the mulch moved. Yes, moved. I froze. Was this a horror movie? A rogue chipmunk? A mulch monster? I leaned in, squinting, whispering to myself, "What is that?" It was wiggling, shifting, like something had come alive under there. Gripping a stick like a brave but deeply unsure explorer, I gently nudged the mulch aside, half expecting one of those creepy potato bugs to pop out. You know the ones, harmless, sure, but straight out of a bug-themed horror flick. But no. To my delight and slight embarrassment, it was George, our resident frog, back from his winter snooze. George has been a familiar face here at Buckeye Bloomstead, often seen chilling on the porch like he's visiting our cat Lucy, or exchanging greetings with the dogs like he's part of the family. Apparently, he'd spent the whole winter snuggled up under the mulch, cozy as can be. And the moral of the story? Mulch doesn't just protect your plants. It gives your local wildlife a 5-star hibernation suite. So, cheers to George, the unofficial mayor of our garden, and the mulch that kept him warm through winter. Okay, now that I have introduced you to George, let's move on. So, what if you already have weeds? Let's talk about what you can do today, right from your pantry. Now, while mulching is a fantastic line of defense, sometimes the weeds still manage to pop up. Bold little things, aren't they? And when they do, you don't need to rush for the chemical sprays that can harm your soil, your plants, your pets, or your sinuses. Instead, let's turn to the good, old-fashioned, budget-friendly, eco-conscious remedies that most gardeners swear by. And most of the ingredients are probably sitting in your kitchen right now. That's right, we're whipping up DIY weed killers that actually work, and don't come with a hazmat warning label. Whether you're targeting stubborn weeds in the cracks of your sidewalk, between your raised beds, or sneaking around your veggie patch, these homemade blends will help you win the battle while still being kind to the earth. Let's mix up some natural garden justice. Feel free to pause the video so you can write down these recipes, or if you find it easier, feel free to email us at buckeyebloomstead@gmail.com and request weed killer recipes. We will be happy to send you a free copy of these recipes you can print out. We promise not to share your email address with anyone. Before we go any further, just a quick heads up for all the pet parents and wildlife lovers out there. While these recipes are natural and generally safe, it's best to keep your furry friends out of the treated areas until everything has fully dried. That 30% cleaning vinegar packs a punch, and while it's great on weeds, it could irritate your pet's paws, especially if they walk through it and then decide to give themselves a little paw-licking spa treatment. Also, if you have bird baths, pet water bowls, or nearby nests, be careful not to let any overspray drift into them. It's always better to play it safe and keep their water clean and chemical-free. This is part of why we also recommend not spraying on windy days. Recipe number 1, classic vinegar weed spray. Perfect for driveways, walkways, and gravel paths. Use on very hot sunny days with no rain expected in your area for a couple of days. You'll need 1 gallon white vinegar, 5% acidity, 1 cup salt, 1 tablespoon dish soap. Instructions: mix it all together and pour into a spray bottle. Apply directly to weeds on a sunny day. The vinegar and salt dehydrate the weeds while the soap helps it stick to the leaves. Note: be careful, this formula can harm nearby plants, so apply precisely. Now on to DIY weed killer recipe number 2, the Take No Prisoners blend. Okay, listen up, garden warriors. This recipe is our personal favorite. It's like the first one's stronger, sassy cousin. The secret? We swap out plain old vinegar for the tough stuff. 30% cleaning vinegar. That's right, this isn't your salad's vinegar. You'll find it at your local big box stores like Home Depot or Lowe's. Last we priced it, Home Depot had a gallon of it for about $19. I know, we thought that was expensive, but you actually use less of it because it is so strong. And although recipe 1 using regular white vinegar, which is way more affordable, it takes more and takes longer to work. The 30% concentrate vinegar cleaner is like vinegar on steroids. Grab yourself a gallon and let's get dangerous to weeds, not you. Next, you'll need a spray bottle. Not the dainty little mister for your ferns. We're talking about the heavy-duty gallon sprayer. They usually hold 1 to 2 gallons, but 1 gallon is plenty, unless you're declaring all-out war on a field of thistles. Now pour that full gallon of 30% cleaning vinegar into your sprayer. Feeling powerful yet? Good. Time to add a 1/4 cup of plain salt. Don't overthink it, just toss it in. We're not baking cookies here. Then add several good squirts of Blue Dawn dish soap. That's our go-to. You could use another soap, but Dawn has that reputation for being gentle on the planet while tough on grease. Stir or shake until the salt dissolves and the mix looks like something your grandma would scold you for experimenting with. Here's the kicker. Spray on a hot, dry, sunny day. No rain in the forecast, and absolutely no wind unless you want to accidentally weed your prized marigolds. This mixture works fast. We're talking visible results in just a few hours. The weeds? Toast. Reapply as needed, but trust me, this is one recipe they won't forget. Now on to recipe number 3, boiling water blitz. This one is great for cracks in patios and sidewalks. Simply boil a kettle of water and pour it straight over unwanted weeds. It's instant and chemical-free. Recipe number 4 is our citrus oil and vinegar spray, ideal for stubborn weeds in mulch beds or garden borders. You'll need 1 cup white vinegar, 2 tablespoons lemon juice or citrus essential oil, 1 teaspoon liquid dish soap. Spray on weeds during peak sun hours for best results. Let's now talk about strategic weed barrier use. Sometimes mulch alone isn't enough, especially in high-traffic areas or long-term garden rows. That's where weed barrier fabric comes in. Use it under pathways, around raised beds, or even in rows. Just cut out planting holes and layer mulch over the top for double protection. This method is perfect for those who want a low-maintenance garden that looks tidy and saves time. Now let's hear from you. What natural methods have you tried to control weeds in your garden? Have a special recipe or tip that works wonders? Share it in the comments. We love learning from our community. And if you've tried one of these recipes, let us know how it worked for you. Now, for those of you who have stuck with us this far, we have a few simple bonus tips for you. Before we get into them, if you have not already done so, we invite you to become a part of our Buckeye Bloomstead channel. It is free just by subscribing. And if you have enjoyed this video, please click on the like button and share it with other gardeners you may know. YouTube, when they see this kind of engagement, will then share our channel with others. It is how our channel grows. We hope you find our channel worth subscribing to and liking. We thank you for helping us grow. Okay, now on to the bonus tips. Bonus tip 1. Another way of mulching is by planting ground covers. Let plants like clover, creeping thyme, or sweet alyssum do the weeding for you by crowding out invaders. Bonus tip 2. Stay ahead of germination. Weed after a rain when roots are loose or in the early morning when the soil is moist. Bonus 3. Edge your beds. Use a hoe or flat shovel to edge around beds and pathways, which helps keep encroaching weeds out. If you have any tips for controlling weeds, we would love to hear them in the comments below. And remember, gardening isn't about perfection. It's about balance, patience, and knowing how to work with nature. With a few of these natural weed control methods in your toolkit, you'll spend less time pulling weeds and more time enjoying your garden. Thanks for being with us today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow garden lovers, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and down-to-earth wisdom from Buckeye Bloomstead. Until next time, keep growing, and may your garden be ever weed-free.